Okay, I think that we're ready to get started. Freaking love this stuff. Welcome to my kitchen. This is where I'm going to be filming today, just trying out a new location. I feel like the lighting is like decent right now because it's like kind of sunny outside. So I figured I'm just gonna film right here. And yeah, so I have my notes. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. But hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Kate and I talk about wellness, knitting. I almost forgot the word knitting. I am a crafty enthusiast. This is not going well. I don't have like a set intro. Maybe one day I will think of something, but for today, that's not the case. Also, I'm a little bit congested, so I'm sorry if I'm like sniffling in this video. You know what? Maybe I'll pause and blow my nose real quick. So give me a second. Okay. I feel a little bit better now that I've blown my nose. Too much information. So yes, my name is Kate. Welcome back to my channel welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you're not. I talk about knitting and my life, and I'm currently in the beginning stages of wedding planning. So that's very exciting. Lots going on, and I used to be a like vlogger like 10 years ago. Crazy. But I stopped a long time ago and I miss it. So I'm deciding to come back to YouTube with a different energy. So I'm kind of a mixed bag. But if you like any of the things that I chat about here today, I would love it if you subscribe, stick around, and yeah, be my friend, because it's hard making friends when you're 30. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get going with today's video, which is going to be a little bit of an update because the last time I posted was at the beginning of January and now it's the beginning of February. And I told you, if you watched that video, I told you to not expect anything from me weekly, and that has been the case. Not without the intention. I have intended on making more videos. I just haven't. January was a weird month for me because at the beginning of January, I actually quit my corporate job. So I handed in my notice and I gave them until the end of January because I was a one-person department. And I figured I'd give them a little bit more time to find a replacement and for me to like show this person the ropes. So that's what I did. So January was a little bit of a blur, like a little bit of a whirlwind for me. That took up a crap ton of my time and a lot of my like personal energy. But yeah, as of January 31st, that was my last day. I'm officially done with working in my previous corporate gig, and I am very excited. I can do an entire video. I could talk about it literally forever, or at least like half an hour, about like all of my reasons why I decided to leave. But to give a short little synopsis of that is that my mental health last year, and also because of that, my physical health actually like kind of went along with it, really suffered because I was working out of a place of like burnout and never really had the chance to like fully recuperate from anything. So it was actually wild because never in my life have I ever experienced like a workplace environment where I did my 9 to 5 and then immediately after like logging out, because I was mostly remote, I would have to go to sleep, and I would sleep for like 5 hours and then wake up at like 10 p.m. and be like, all right, well, I'm awake now. And then do like my evening things like work around the house or make dinner really freaking late, which obviously is not great for you. And then I'd be eating so close to going back to bed. It was just like a weird cycle. And of course I had my fiance Dex to like be there to support and to like help as much as he can with that. But that also takes a toll on him, and that wasn't really fair to him. That like he goes out and does a very physically demanding job all day and then would come home and I would be asleep. My mental health greatly suffered because of all of this. So after many discussions with Dex, him and I kind of came to the conclusion, it was actually his idea, that he suggested that I quit. And so that is what I ended up doing. And for the next, like, my plan is for the next like 6-ish months to really focus on like getting myself back, to really focusing on like my mental health, my physical health, doing things that like spark joy, because literally I lost all of the joy in my life. Like that's, at least that might sound dramatic, but it really is how it has felt. And I'm very grateful that I have this opportunity and the ability to do this, because I just was losing myself, and I'm very much looking forward to finding her again. But yeah, so I'm off work and I'm very excited, and that means that I have lots of time to dedicate to things that bring me joy. First thing I want to talk about though, well, or I guess the next thing I want to talk about, since I've already been talking for 10 minutes, is knitting. So in my last video, I went over my mystery knit along shawl from Stephen West. I have actually put that on pause for the time being. You know, going along with like things that bring me joy. That knit was stressing me out more than it was serving me. So we decided to put her on the back burner for the time being. But we're not going to be seeing that one for a while. I did, however, make another cast on, and she's in my big Bustani basket, the one that I showed in the previous video. So this here is the Waves of Change jacket, which I actually haven't worked on in like maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. I actually should do a little bit more of this maybe today. But let me just lay it out. So far, this knit has been very enjoyable. I'm loving the color that I'm using, which is, this is Wool of the Andes. I think the color is honey, but I could be wrong. And if you don't know, that's from Knit Picks. We're basically almost done the yoke of the sweater. I'm getting very close to splitting for sleeves. But this is what she's looking like so far. I'm really liking it. I love this color. I think that this will be really good in like the fall. It also will be good in the spring if I finish it in time. But I've actually stopped, again, like I said, it's probably been like maybe a week or two since I've worked on this, because I've been a little bit preoccupied with something else I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But it's coming out good. This is like the first time I've seen it like held up, because I haven't even tried to see what it looks like at all, but I'm thinking it's looking really good. Look at that. I'm so excited. And yeah, so far it's been super enjoyable to knit. It's really a very, very simple pattern. Most of it is stockinette. So that is my Waves of Change jacket. I don't remember what size I'm doing. I should have checked my notes before starting this video, but I can update all of that next time. Also, I'm using my stitch markers from Firefly Notes. These are little mushrooms. Look. So this is the current whip that we're working on. And so far I'm loving it. And this wool choice I think is good. I don't think it's going to be too heavy, but it'll be nice and warm. So that is that. And crazily enough, that's my only knitting update to share with you guys. Okay, so the next thing on the docket here is a wedding planning update. So we are taking things slow, which is totally fine. Dex and I are enjoying this time being like engaged, and we don't want to rush anything. We're not in a rush to like get married immediately, especially with like me being off work and just like taking this time to like really connect back with myself. We don't want to like go and spend a ton of money on a wedding like right away. So that's fine. We're doing things really slowly, which has been enjoyable for me so far. We have kind of like a preliminary guest list made. Well, I do have a preliminary guest list kind of like drafted out. My vision for this wedding is small and very like sentimental. I really want it to be unique to us and just like a chill experience. I am not one to be like a bridezilla. I don't really care. I don't think it's worth the energy to be like crazy about your wedding. I do see like as we've started this process, I do see how it can just like, you start with like your idea and it just slowly grows and grows and grows and then becomes something maybe that is like an overwhelming size or just overwhelming in general versus like what your original plan was. So I am making space for that. And I feel like because we're taking things slow, it's easier for us to kind of like come back to our original plan. So that is great. That doesn't mean that I have not been collecting things or like starting on little DIY projects and things like that. So with that being said, I began like creating my bridesmaids gifts, which I want to show so badly, but I'm so scared that some of the girls are going to watch this. So I don't want to show anything quite yet. I will show them once I have given my bridesmaids their bridesmaids gifts. Because we're doing something so small and because we want it to be like not super duper traditional, we probably actually won't have like bridesmaids and groomsmen like up at the front with us. But I still want to have like the bridesmaids like experience where like my closest friends are like more like, they're not just a guest, they're like an honorary bridesmaid. So I'm figuring out the wording of that. And also like I want to have like my closest friends be more involved in like the planning and like doing dress stuff and things like that. So I feel like that is kind of more what my bridesmaids are going to be to my wedding, if that makes sense. I don't actually know. I still want to include like the team bride, or like, you know, have like those little gifts and like the proposal of like asking someone to be my bridesmaid. I don't want to miss out on that. So I'm just kind of like, we're doing things our own way. It's like half traditional, half not at all. Like, I don't even know if I will ask my bridesmaids to wear like matching dresses, or maybe I'll just say like, wear something in this color, just so that we can like somewhat coordinate. But anyway, that's all besides the point. But yes, I started working on the bridesmaids gifts and they look so good. I am so happy with how things are turning out, and I just want to show them to you, but I can't yet. That is the update on the wedding planning front for now. Very exciting. Okay, so the next thing I want to discuss is kind of related back to the first little piece about leaving my job and whatnot. So health update wise, not much has changed. However, now that I have stepped out of my role at my corporate gig, I'm able to focus a little bit more on like my mindfulness, and I'm really trying to hone in on a nighttime routine that works for me. So far, it's not going that great. Last night I had a wicked amount of anxiety, which was not super fun. But we're working on it and we'll continue to work on it. One thing that I have been trying to do, and I think I've been doing a decent job at, is reducing my screen time, especially in the evenings, but just like overall even. And I think that has been helping. I haven't really gotten many like headaches. I used to be getting headaches like once or twice a week. And sometimes they would like progress into migraines, which is something that I have dealt with for a very, very, very long time. However, since reducing my screen time, especially in the evenings, I do notice that I have not been as easily triggered with the headaches and migraines. Also, I think that I have been sleeping a bit better. So we're going to keep going with that, see if that continues to like be a trend or if it's just like a fluke that my sleep seems to be getting better. But that brings me to the thing that I really want to talk about today. The thing that I have been doing that has been helping me greatly reduce my screen time over the last like few weeks has actually been reading fiction. Probably for the last like 10 to 15 years, I have been fully unable to read fiction because it would constantly put me to sleep. Literally any genre that I have ever tried, I would, get a couple pages in and then I'd fall asleep. Or like immediately I would open a book, I'd start reading, and it would just be like in one ear out the other, like fully over my head, and I would just be asleep. Like nothing could hold my attention. Maybe this is just like my undiagnosed ADHD or something, but it's been like a known thing that fiction and Kate don't go together. It's so strange. And it's always been something that's kind of bothered me because I think, and I'm just like working through this literally right now with you guys. When I was a kid, I also couldn't focus on reading. I didn't love reading the way that other kids did. And it really, it made me sad. I remember everybody freaking out about Harry Potter when it was coming out, like when I was in elementary school, and trying to read Harry Potter like multiple times. I still haven't read Harry Potter because it just like puts me to sleep every freaking time. I've seen the movies and those are fine, but like that love that people have for the Harry Potter books, I never understood it because I just couldn't get through the books, which is kind of crazy that it's gone on for that long. And it's something that I've held a lot of shame with. The only time I remember being able to really get through books was if I was reading and also listening to it at the same time on like a book on tape, which I know me saying book on tape really ages me, but that's what they were. At my school library, they would have like book kits that you could take out that would have the book and the tape like together, and you could listen to it while you're reading. And I remember specifically that really helping me like get through a book without just like fully zonking out. Last time I had ever gotten through a series up until literally like the last 2 weeks was Twilight when it first came out, because I did start reading those and I kept up with those as they were released. But that would be the last time that I have ever actually read a series. Until this, I have found my Roman Empire. Oops. I have found my Roman Empire. I have unlocked, I feel like I have unlocked a new level in like my personality, because this is like the person that I have wanted to be for so long. Is someone that loves fiction and loves like the fantasy world. I have always wanted to be the kind of girl that like reads a book for fun. But it has felt like something that I haven't been able to unlock until literally recently, when this freaking book and this series changed the game for me. And because of that, it feels dramatic to say changed my life, but it kind of did. And I'm not even done this series yet. I'm on book 3, which is crazy because I only started this in like the middle of January. And I have always thought of myself as a slow reader. Apparently not. But this is what it is. And I bet that some of you, if you're watching this and you're a book talk or like a book girly, you know what I'm going to say. But A Court of Thorns and Roses, ACOTAR as it is so well known on the internet, Sarah J. Maas writes in a way that like speaks to my brain, and I was able to get through this no problem. A Court of Mist and Fury, got through it no problem. I enjoyed it so much. I've enjoyed both of these books so freaking much. There's like almost no words to explain what this has done for me over the last few weeks, because I have, like, when I say I've reduced my screen time, I used to have like at least something playing on Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever, even just in the background as background noise. Since I started reading these, I haven't needed or haven't felt the need to have any sort of background noise going on while I'm like even just working on random tasks throughout the day. But, you know, I finished this and Dexter was like, holy crap, you finished this really fast. Maybe you should like pump the brakes a little bit. And I was like, I can't stop. I need to keep reading. So as you can see, I'm about a quarter of the way through the third book. But I actually realized that I had some credits on Libro FM, which is an audiobook like platform that supports local bookstores. And I have a few credits saved up from there because I just never redeemed them. So I ended up getting the audiobook of this. So I've been doing my like book on tape thing where I listen, and I will either listen and like do stuff around the house, which has made me even more freaking productive than I ever have, or I have been in a long time, which is great because I have a lot of stuff I want to get done around here. Or I will listen and read along with it. And that has been a really enjoyable experience. Albeit, I can tell that listening and reading I know I can speed up the audio. I have it sped up to like 1.5, I think. But if it gets too distorted, then I don't follow along. So I do read it a little bit. I notice that I'm reading it a little bit slower. Like sometimes I feel like I could easily go a lot quicker reading it on my own versus listening and reading along. But I am enjoying the read along experience. It's just a little bit slower than I would read it typically. Anyway, so we're about a quarter of the way through this one, and I am freaking obsessed with it. I never thought that I would be this person, and it's very exciting to me that I have like unlocked this new like ability, which sounds so silly because obviously I've been able to read for a long time, but being able to enjoy reading and enjoy this, like, I don't even know how to explain it. The ability to enjoy reading and to be invested in like this world, and having like the knowledge now that this has been like will unlock the ability for me to go back onto my bookshelf and read the fiction books that I've purchased and tried to read for so many years. Like, I feel like I can now because like I have that momentum under me. And like, I don't know, my perspective on fiction has completely shifted. So that is really awesome, and I'm so excited about it, and it like makes me kind of emotional, which is like weird. But anyway, after I finish this, I do plan on reading Throne of Glass and Crescent City. I'm still figuring out the reading order that I'm gonna do. I will absolutely be doing a video on these books. I don't know if I will do a separate one for like each, or if I'll just wait until I'm done the series and do a full review of everything. But we will see about that. So this is also cool because I am very, very excited about being able to make videos and like other content about books now, which is like something that I've loved to watch, but never been able to, or never felt like I've been able to really participate in that because, again, they would put me to sleep. So I'm just like, I feel like I'm stepping into my book girl era where I don't know. It makes me so happy that I'm able to like focus on things that bring me joy and my wellness, and I get to read and knit and just like, I'm in just such a good place right now, and I'm so freaking thankful and excited to just like continue. And yeah, that's it. We made it through my freaking update. I am sorry again that it was so long. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much if you got to the end of this video. If you did and you're seeing this little portion, put like an emoji in the comments because I would love to see if you got to the end. Maybe we'll do like a book emoji. That would be really cute if we got to the end. And yeah, I'm gonna edit this and then continue reading this today. That's my day today, and I love it. So I will talk to you guys in the next one, and I'll see you later. Bye.